Now we're going to take a look at the actual menus and how to do some of the basic things that make OneNote so helpful. So the first menu is the home menu, and this is kind of your default menu that comes up when you first open OneNote. And your home menu is going to be where you do your basic formatting for text. And this includes, what font you're working with, how big you want the letters of your font to be, and your bold print, italics, all of that kind of stuff. It then has a section where you can sort of format the structure of your text, including bullet points and numbered bullets, which are very, very helpful. And you can also create paragraphs. These two right here, these are for paragraphs and indenting. And they are very, very helpful too. And then you just kind of have headings. That's the style of the text you're looking at. The one really cool feature on here is actually the feature that says dictate right there. Dictate means that you can talk and it will type for you. It's not bad. I mean, it mostly gets it right, but sometimes you might have to go in there and fix it. And to do dictate, you just click on dictate. It allows you to pick your language. And then it's going to ask you for permission to use your computer's microphone. You have to say yes. And then anytime you click on the dictate button after that and start talking, it will start typing. That can save people a lot of time and energy if typing is hard for you, or if it's slow for typing. If you're slow at it, then being able to talk and then just go in and fix the little places where it didn't quite get what you were saying, that can be super helpful. So dictate is right there on the home menu, along with basic formatting stuff. The insert menu is one of the most helpful menus in OneNote. This is where a lot of your power lies. And you'll notice that basically you're going to use the insert menu anytime you want to put something on the page, okay? And that something could be as simple as a table. It might be a file. You can actually print files out, so you can take a Word document or a PowerPoint and you can create like a printed picture PDF on the page, and that's what a printout is. And then two super incredibly helpful things that you can do are you can insert your own video and your own pictures, okay? Pictures and online videos in particular, but any video. Now, for pictures, when you click on the insert menu and click picture, it's going to give you the option of where you want to get your picture from. Do you want it from a file? Do you want it from, is it somewhere in Teams? Like, where is it? And you just choose the picture from where you want it, and then you click OK, and it inserts the picture. You can also, though, generally drag and drop pictures into OneNote from your computer. So if you have a picture on your desktop, you can just drag it right over into the workspace on OneNote, and the picture will drop in there. Then you can resize it and move it around and do what you want with it. If you see a picture on the internet you like, you can just right-click on that picture, click Save As or Copy Image. If they have Copy Image, that'll just put the picture in short-term memory in the computer, and then you can just paste it into the workspace, or you can save as and save it to your desktop and then insert the picture. There's all kinds of different ways to get pictures into your OneNote. If you are using your phone version of OneNote, you can take a picture like of a worksheet or something, and then you can go to the insert menu on your OneNote on your phone, insert picture, and then you can pick the picture right out of your photo gallery in your phone, and it will put it right there. Then you can change the size of the picture and move it around and put it where you want it on the page. So adding pictures, super easy. Adding video is even easier. All you need from the internet, if you want to use a YouTube video or a stream video, if you're making those for school, is you can just copy the share link. And when you paste the share link onto the workspace page in OneNote, it will automatically embed it and give you a place where you can click play and you can watch the video right in OneNote. It's really helpful for if you find a video that helps explain something or is a really good example of a concept that we're talking about, you can just drop it right into your page and then you've always got it. If you have your own video, maybe you take a video of a project or something like we took of the Rube Goldberg machine, you actually can embed that video into your OneNote. Now, you can either just put the whole video in there, but that can create problems because video files tend to be huge, and so that can create syncing issues. What I would suggest is getting a YouTube channel of your own. It's free, it's easy, you just sign up. And you have access to stream this way through Office 365 too. You can do it through Stream. And then upload your video there. You can make it unlisted on YouTube so that it's not publicly visible. People can't see it. Only people with the link can find it. And then you can just copy paste the link into your page and you have your own video right inside of your OneNote. It's really pretty slick and pretty handy. You also can add in a bunch of other stuff. I mean, it's just, there's so much. You can add a link to a web page. This one is amazing. You can add audio. So if you want to just explain something very quickly, you can insert audio and it's like a little voice recorder. It'll just record what you say and it'll make that recording and leave the recording on your page. And I can press play and I can understand what you were talking about. Or you can press play later and you can hear what your explanation was. It's really nice. Symbols are here if you want to use symbols like the delta symbol for change in or sigma for sum of. Those are there. And then we are going to talk about math and equations separately because OneNote does math for you and it will show you the steps to solve any math problem you can put in there, any equation that you put in there. And so we'll take a separate day and learn that, but you might want to play around with this. Equation lets you type in an equation using all kinds of symbols like square roots, and you've got your subscripts and superscripts and your different symbols and letters. And then math lets you put graphs in. It lets you solve equations and put explanations in. It's really great. It's really super helpful. Stickers here are fun. You can just drop those in. They're pretty neat. Researcher is a feature that lets you actually Google, like if you're looking up a topic like Rube Goldberg machines, it lets you Google Rube Goldberg machines and sort of puts it all in one place and lets you bring in parts of it into OneNote. And then finally you can insert a form. I'm probably going to do that more than you guys are going to do that, but it's there. So your insert is if you want to put anything on that page. In general, you're going to start on the insert menu. Tables, files, printouts of files so that you can see them and write on top of them. Pictures or video links. Audio files, little voicemails to yourself. Voice recordings. Symbols, math equations. Graphs, anything like that. Stickers, anything that you would want to insert or put onto the page. You're going to start here at the insert menu. The draw menu should be one of the more familiar menus to you because you use this to write on the page with your touch screen or on your phone with your finger or a stylus if you have a stylus. And it's pretty basic. You have an undo and redo. You have a select button right there. You have a lasso tool that allows you to select an entire shape and move it. And then you have your eraser and all of your pens and highlighters. And you can add pens and highlighters. Like if you like to have a whole bunch of different colors right there available for you, and they have the fancy rainbow ones and glitter ones and all that kind of stuff, or you want to have several different highlighters. If you want to keep adding pencils, pens, and highlighter so that you have them to click on, you just press right here on that little plus sign. That will let you pick which one you want to add, and then that will put that pen or highlighter onto the menu. And so you've got easy access to it everywhere. Now, a couple of other very helpful things on this menu would be your shapes and your ink to shape. Your shapes are just your basics. This is going to be your rectangles, circles, triangles, etc. Ink to shape is kind of cool because with ink to shape, you can draw a shape. Like, let's say I draw a circle and my circle isn't perfect. What ink to shape will do is it will take the circle you drew and it will make it a perfect like circle, like a shape from a computer. Okay, and so you can play around with ink to shape and drawing various shapes and letting the computer turn them perfect, make them perfect for you. There's also an ink to text feature, which may or may not be enabled, where it takes your writing and it turns it into typing. And that works to a certain extent. It depends on how messy you write and whether or not it's enabled. You do have a ruler here to help you kind of set things up and keep things in order. You click on the ruler and you can move the ruler around, and that way you can make perfectly straight lines if you want to. Or you can take two shapes and put them on the same line, like you can level shapes and such, which is great. And then you also, at last, have math here too. And we are going to take a whole day and talk about the math possibilities. This is one of those really nice things that OneNote has that a lot of people don't know that OneNote has. And we'll take a separate day for that. And that's your draw menu. It's really here for any time you want to put your finger on the screen, or you have a pen or a stylus and you want to draw or make shapes or do math in a different way. Finally, we have the view menu, okay, right up there. And the view menu allows you to change how you are seeing the material in OneNote. And there's a couple of super cool features on the view menu. First of all, a couple of very, very helpful features are Immersive Reader and Translate. Immersive Reader allows you to take anything that is just text on the page, and it allows you to read that in a different way, or it allows you to listen to the text. The text can be read to you. If reading is not your thing and hearing the text helps you, then Immersive Reader can be your very best friend. If English is your second language and you're learning English and you're still struggling here and there with some of these words that are sciencey words or something, this is the place to go, because it's going to let you hear the words and it's going to let you look things up, and it's going to let you hear the text in your own language too, hopefully. You click on Immersive Reader and it brings up some options. It will take the text and make it kind of big like this, and it will read it to you if you press this little play button. And you have a choice of how fast you want that voice to be, the person reading to you. And you also have a choice of whether you want that to be a male voice or a female voice. Some of us it's easier for us to hear higher pitched voices or lower pitched voices, or we just have a preference. It will let you choose if you want to. This is usually more helpful in English, but it will let you choose whether you want to highlight the parts of speech in different colors, And then there are 3 basic menus. 1, 2, 3, right there across the top. Here is menu 1, here is menu 2, and here is menu 3, okay? Menu 1 allows you to choose the text size to make this text bigger or smaller. So text size. It allows you to increase the spacing between the lines. It allows you to change the font so that you see it better. If you have dyslexia, changing to a different font. Some fonts are more friendly for your brain to see how the letters are put together than others. And some people really have preferences with colors. It's harder for them to read dark on a white background. It's easier to see white on a dark background or something like that. It lets you choose a theme, a color theme. You can really customize this so that it's the easiest for your specific brain to see what's there. Then you can go here. Those parts of speech are in the second menu in the middle, and you can turn syllables on and off so you can see the syllables and how it's pronounced, if that's something that helps you. And finally, you have access in that third menu to align focus. You can go line by line. You can have a couple lines, or you can have like a whole paragraph on the page at one time. You can have a picture dictionary, which is so helpful if you're learning a second language, and have that switched on so that you can actually see words defined with a picture dictionary. And you can translate. You can have everything translated into so many different languages. This is Microsoft. They are a global company. And it says Spanish Mexico right there, but you can have Spanish Spain, Spanish, I don't even know, Brazil, or wherever they speak Spanish in different places, South American Spanish. You can also have it into like literally dozens and dozens of other languages. Hopefully your language is there if you want to hear it in your own language. And you can translate by word, you can translate the whole document, so your translate feature is there. All of this is right there in your immersive reader in your OneNote. Translate is a shortcut to the translation stuff, and so you can click on that and you can see that and go there. A couple of other basics. Page color and rule lines will change how you see the page. Maybe you don't want your pages to be white. Maybe the white is glaring and bothers you. Maybe you want them to be black, or you want them to be like an ivory yellowish color. You can change your page colors for all the pages, okay? You can change rule lines. You can make the notebook lines appear on the page to write on. You can make graph paper if you want to draw a graph. You can make tiny little boxes on your graph paper, big boxes. Just click on those and see what they offer you and change things up a little bit so you know what's available. The rest of these are just a little, they're important too, but they're a little less, you're not going to use them as much. And that is your view menu. Your help menu, I didn't do a separate page on just because it's your basic average help menu. And knowing how to use all these menus and what's available to you makes using OneNote more fun, and it makes it more powerful. You can do more with it. So I hope that you will get very familiar with these and that you'll use it and learn to use it so that you have the best resource you can have.